Kim Anderson, our crop marketing specialist, joins us now. Kim, the latest WASDE is out, and that KC wheat contract crossed the elusive 410 mark. Let's start with the WASDE numbers.
And in that list, let's start with wheat on the United States. They lowered production just a little bit. They raised ending stocks, and the higher ending stocks is because they lowered the exports. In the world situation, they lowered production and increased ending stocks. Now, right after that report came out, the wheat prices fell about 7 or 8 cents, and the reason is the analyst projected that U.S. ending stocks would be 1,015 million bushels. USDA came out with 1,043 million bushels, so slightly higher, but enough to get them excited. And world ending stocks, the analyst had it at 10.5 billion bushels. It came out at 10.57. So higher ending stocks, even at the margin, took off about 7 cents. Now, if you look at corn, well, analysts for this report was at 3.684 billion bushels. The USDA just lowered those corn a little bit to 3.779, and of course, their market reaction to that, they didn't particularly care for it, and corn prices are lower. Soybeans, analyst and the USDA are relatively close, with the analyst at 3.583, the USDA at 3.55. It's good. Cotton, just minor changes in cotton, slightly lower production and slightly lower endings.
Let's talk now about that KC wheat contract crossing 410, and then news of the WASDE came out. What was that phenomenon?
Well, I got excited midweek. You know, it popped through 410 and it held it. It was up around 415, 416. It's the third time it's done that. I thought finally, and then the WASDE came out and, you know, dumped water on it all, and it's back below 410. It's just going to waller around in this area. It's going to play with us between $4 and $4.20, and I just don't see it going much anywhere but right in there.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about summer crop harvest and the progress there.
Well, that's starting for the most part. For a benchmark for these numbers, wheat was 4.4 million acres planted. Now, in cotton, we planted 720,000 acres, planted on harvest about 550 of it. 77% of the cotton is reported to be mature, 1% of it's been harvested. Soybeans, we planted 520,000 acres, planted on harvest around 500,000 of those. 27% of the beans are ready for harvest, and we've harvested 1%. Corn, we planted 350,000 acres, planted on harvesting 305. 90% of it's mature and ready. We're about halfway through that. And with sorghum, 215,000 planted acres, 160,000 harvested. 63% of it's ready to be harvested, and we've harvested 24% up. So we're making progress, but I think we're behind schedule, or behind where the market thinks we should be.
So with all this in mind, what's your bottom line on the current market?
Well, you look at what's going on in the market, there's not really much good news in the market. Now, if you won't hire, you got to look at, can we get it in? That's got to be the most important thing to producers, is getting it in the bin. Price-wise, there's just not much there for better prices.
Okay, lots of information, Kim. Thanks a lot. And now a word about the survey underway about land rates.